that is threatening human well-being and life on our planet. The Africa Climate Summit is both a demonstration of the unwavering.
Hi guys, kwa majina ni Claudia Robinson, nimeokoka napenda Yesu. Nimesomea katika Jewel Professional College, wanahabari, journalism and mass media communication. Na nikapewa attachment hapa Mwangaza TV, na baada ya attachment nimepata kazi kwa KO TV. Na shukuru. Jewel ni place poa, ni shule poa, unafunza vizuri na maadili yao ni ya Kikristo. Ukikuja hapa utafunza vizuri na una uhakika wa kutafutiwa attachment. Baada ya attachment nimepata skills nyingi. I edit news, I also do posters, I edit posters, I do camera work, na bado am a show presenter katika show ya watoto inaitwa Open Box Kids Show. Katika Jewel utafunzwa vyema. Karibuni Jewel. Jewel imenijenga, karibu Jewel.
Yes, indeed. It's already half day, and our reporters on the ground have gathered information to keep you informed on what's happening across the country.
News from different aspects of life affecting both local and international relations. My name is Daniel Kamau, and I'm joined by my co-host
Catering Studies.
Starting off with the main story is about the conclusion of the Africa Climate Summit, where African leaders announced 3.3 trillion shillings financial commitment. Speaking at the conclusion of the summit, President William Ruto said that various stakeholders, including governments, the private sector, multilateral banks and philanthropists have made substantial commitments totaling a remarkable $23 billion for green growth, mitigation and adaptation efforts across Africa.
AU Chairperson Musa stated that Africa should in no way lose the spirit of opportunities in order to push forward to the agenda for more climate justice, for more
concrete action and honoring of commitments, and for the need for adaptation and transition. To the tune of $23 billion, equivalent to 3.36 trillion Kenya shillings, at the African Climate Summit that closed in Nairobi. President William Ruto says the summit, the first of its kind on the continent, has also served to unify and solidify Africa's negotiating powers as the continent gears for the next global climate event in the United Arab Emirates in December.
Which participants, delegates, the people of the great city of Nairobi and Kenya, good afternoon. Hamjambo. Jambo. I'm not hearing it clearly. Jambo. This week, African leaders from government and the private sector, as well as academic, scientific, technological, philanthropic, and civil society sectors converged in Nairobi to confer, consult, deliberate, and formulate consensus on a clear, new, bold, innovative, transformational, and distinct African position on how the international community must engage with the undeniable climate emergency that is threatening human well-being and life on our planet. The Africa Climate Summit is both a demonstration of the unwavering collective commitment of the people of Africa to their vision to make humanity's first home here in Africa a land of abundant potential, limitless opportunity, and the possibility of shared prosperity. It is also showcases our determination to mobilize a global coalition of emergency responders to ensure that the industrialization necessary to drive future economic transformation restores our planet's vitality and ecological balance. At the summit, our shared understanding became clear that Africa is not only the cradle of humanity, it is indeed the future, and that we are the last frontier of untapped potential in the form of hundreds of millions of young men and women who are educated, skilled, motivated, innovative, ready and willing to drive the enterprises and industries that will unlock the possibilities promised by our immense endowments of natural assets, mineral resources, and green energy potential in order to unleash opportunities and prosperity for Africa and the world on an unprecedented scale.
The last 3 days, KICC has played host to the Africa Climate Summit that through different sessions and sittings sought to shine a light on the continent's efforts to combat and prepare for the effects of climate change, as well as forge the path towards delivering climate-positive growth and finance solutions for Africa and the world. This aim, President Ruto says, was successfully executed with the summit getting multi-billion-dollar commitments towards this cause. The financial commitments were only a small part of the outcome of the summit. The African Union's leadership also lauded the unity of the different African countries and their leadership that was demonstrated, resulting in the continent's pledge to speak in one voice on the global stage, beginning with the upcoming COP28 meeting in Dubai this December.
We also made it clear that we are aware of the unjust configuration of multilateral institutional frameworks that perpetually place African nations on the back foot through costly financing, which plunge our economies into debt trap and deny them resources needed to mitigate and adapt in response to climate change, invest in energy transition, and facilitate industrialization to create jobs and wealth, and to reduce inequality. As a continent, we have developed our common position, which encapsulates our ambition for socio-economic transformation and our climate action agenda. This position is anchored on the potential that Africa holds to decarbonize. To be clear, if the voice of the youth is missing, our efforts to achieve prosperity will not succeed if there are no opportunities for the youth. And our journey will be long and hard and in vain if the youth are not coming with us.
El Kamau, JPC News.
Resident of Getaimbuka, Yezumo, Muranga County, are in shock after a man and a woman were discovered in a house in what appears to be a murder-suicide case. Monica Wairimu was widowed at the age of 33 in 2017. She decided to befriend a 39-year-old man from the neighbor village. Her husband, David Boro, died in 2017 after a short illness, leaving her with 3 children, 2 sons who are now in their early 20s and a daughter.
The problem was with her newfound lover, John Kamau. Wairimo did not make any effort to conceal their relationship, and the couple would lead their thing inside matrimonial home in Getaimbuka village in Kandara constituency.
Here goes the story. Resident of Getaimbuka, Gezumo, Muranga County, are in shock after a man and a woman were discovered dead in a house in what appears to be a murder-suicide case. According to locals, the bodies of the two were discovered by a neighbor who was curious about why the woman had not left her house. Upon peering into her house through the window, they saw her body on the bed, swathed in a bedsheet, while her lover, a suspect in the murder, was dangling from a rope tied to the roof. The circumstances surrounding the deaths of the man and woman who are said to have been lovers have yet to be determined. The deceased woman, according to her neighbors, was widowed and was living with her last-born child, who was in school during the incident. Reporting from JPC, my name is Catering Studies.
Story. That's a very saddening story, and that story takes us to our first short break. We'll be right after the commercial break.
Hi guys, kwa majina ni Claudia Robinson, nimeokoka napenda Yesu. Nimesomea katika Jewel Professional College, wanahabari, journalism and mass media communication. Na nikapewa attachment hapa Mwangaza TV, na baada ya attachment nimepata kazi kwa KO TV. Nashukuru. Jewel ni place poa, ni shule poa, unafunza vizuri na maadili yao ni ya Kikristo. Ukikuja hapa utafunza vizuri na una uhakika wa kutafutiwa attachment. Baada ya attachment nimepata skills nyingi. I edit news, I also do posters, I edit posters, I do camera work, na bado am a show presenter katika show ya watoto inaitwa Open Box Kids Show. Katika Jewel utafunzwa vyema. Karibuni Jewel. Jewel imenijenga, karibu Jewel.
Chuo cha Jewel Technical College kimeleta utofauti katika elimu ya anuai kwa kuzingatia maadili bora kwenye elimu, huku kikitoa mafunzo yaliyopigwa msasa na kuidhinishwa na halmashauri ya kusimamia elimu TVET. Jewel College tunatoa mafunzo ya upishi, yani hospitality, information technology, electric and electronic engineering pamoja na plumbing, cosmetology ambayo ni pamoja na ususi, kozi ya journalism, biashara pamoja na kozi zingine nyingi. Tunatoa attachment kwa wanafunzi wetu katika viwanda mbalimbali humu nchini. Ubora wa elimu na Mwenyezi Mungu ikiwa ngao kuu ya elimu. Katika chuo cha Jewel, wanafunzi wetu wanafanya bora katika mitihani yao na kufuzu vyema. Jewel College huandaa sherehe maalum ya kufuzu kwa wanafunzi wanaofanya vyema. Mitihani yetu ni ya NEC, NITA, KASNEB, ICDL na pia ICM. Tutembelee katika afisi zetu Rwesambu, barabara kuu ya Thika, katika jumba la Jewel Complex, orofa la 6. Unaweza pia kuzungumza nasi kupitia 0701300071, 0701 300 071. Jewel Technical College, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Chuo cha Jewel Technical College kimeleta utofauti katika elimu ya anuai kwa kuzingatia maadili bora kwenye elimu, huku kikitoa mafunzo yaliyopigwa msasa na kuidhinishwa na halmashauri ya kusimamia elimu TVET. Jewel College tunatoa mafunzo ya upishi, yani hospitality, information technology, electric and electronic engineering pamoja na plumbing, cosmetology ambayo ni pamoja na ususi, kozi ya journalism, biashara pamoja na kozi zingine nyingi. Tunatoa attachment kwa wanafunzi wetu katika viwanda mbalimbali humu nchini. Ubora wa elimu na Mwenyezi Mungu ikiwa ngao kuu ya elimu. Katika chuo cha Jewel, wanafunzi wetu wanafanya bora katika mitihani yao na kufuzu vyema. Jewel College huandaa sherehe maalum ya kufuzu kwa wanafunzi wanaofanya vyema. Mitihani yetu ni ya NEC, NITA, KASNEB, ICDL na pia ICM. Tutembelee katika afisi zetu Rwesambu, barabara kuu ya Thika, katika jumba la Jewel Complex, orofa la 6. Unaweza pia kuzungumza nasi kupitia 0701 300 071, 0701 300 071. Jewel Technical College. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
To JPC News.
And moving on to our next stories, where ODM cracks the whip on party members, Senator Ojienda, MP Jalango, and fines Obor and Nyamati a fine of 2 million shillings. The ODM National Executive Committee said that the decision was arrived at following the consideration of a report by the disciplinary committee, which had been looking into the conduct of some members. They were accused of openly associating with and supporting activities of a rival political outfit, as well as opposing lawful decision made by the party organs. Agnes Matoya tells us more.
During a National Executive Committee that was held on Wednesday under the leadership of the party leader, Raila Odinga, ODM Chairman John Mbadi said the members had openly associated with President William Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza Party. He added that the expelled MPs had also opposed lawful decision and resolution made by the party, contrary to Article 11 of the ODM Constitution.
So, Mapoha comes from your constituency? Yes. Okay. Jalash. Leo watajipangia. Thank you, Caroli.
Mbadi further announced that the two MPs, Mark Nyamita Uriri Ward and Paul Abur Rongo, should offer an apology to the party and pay a fine of 1 million Kenyan shillings. He said that Nyamita and Abur appeared before the committee in person and offered explanations that were considered by the committee, hence they were spared from the expulsion. Reporting for JPC TV, I am Agnes Matoya.
Narok Governor Patrick Orentutu of frustrating ODM Odinga, who was in Narok on Sunday for a Thanksgiving ceremony of ODM Vice Chair Christine Lemin, accused Governor Orentutu of interfering with the ODM party. Braddon Kenywa, give us more.
Has opened our path with Narok Governor Patrick Orentutu, accusing the governor of frustrating opposition party in the county. Odinga, who was in Narok Sunday for the Thanksgiving ceremony of ODM Vice Chair Christine Lemin, accused Governor Orentutu of interfering in the ODM party.
I think I would like to touch on just a few things. First of all, I would like to thank the people of Narok for standing with Baba and me in the last elections. We won. We won, and God knows that. But the usual thieves, the usual criminals took away our victory. But God knows they'll pay for it one day. You cannot just keep on disenfranchising the people, yet you think you're going to go far. We are having a lot of issues in Narok. And I would like to first of all start by saying that we are in ODM rightly, and we are there to stay. I was a member of parliament for Narok North between 2013 and 2022. In my first time, I was in TNA with Uhuru Kenyatta. When TNA merged with URP. I left and joined Baba, and this has been my home, and I'll be there, and I found the best home that anybody could ever wish for. And I'm not in politics for money. I'm not in politics for self-aggrandizement. I'm in politics because of my people. I'm in politics to defend my people. Whether I'm hungry, whether I'm thirsty, I know that is the water of life. It's just God and my people. So if anybody thinks that they are going to overrun us in Narok, please go back to the drawing board, because Narok is an ODM zone and it will remain an ODM zone, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. We have got a lot of challenges in Narok. Somebody took my seat, but instead of even trying to serve the people I wanted to serve, he has become a cannibal. He's cannibalizing them. He's taking their jobs. He's denying their children bursaries. He's denying them salaries. He's even denying them medicine in hospitals. He's denying them everything. They become orphans with no father, no mother. The other day, Ndutu went and abused me. He has been abusing me every day with another one called Sangok. I don't even know where that one came from. Insulting me every day. And I like to tell them this. I will fight for the rights of my people. Whether I'm in any position or not, you cannot take away what God gave us as our inheritance. So I like to advise them, go and look for further insults, because he insulted me for.
Raila further claimed that Narok Governor Oren Tutu is using his position to rubber stamp his election that has been contested in the court. His challenger and former Narok North MP Oren Katarita withdrew the case in the court heard in Oren Tutu, 5 years later at the helm of Narok County. Narok Governor Patrick Oren Tutu, while hosting President Ruto in Narok during the Maa Cultural Week held in Senkenan, promised the head of state that he will turn the county into a full UDA zone. Bradon Kenywa, JPC.
Cites extreme duress, threats to her life for dropping Mumia's sugar case. In a letter to the Deputy Registrar of the High Court says, her law firm filed the notice to withdraw from the case under extreme duress. Mercy Mudhoni has more details.
$6 million by the troubled Mumia Sugar Company claims she was threatened to withdraw her petitions challenging the leasing of the company to the Sarai Group. Jacqueline Kimeto of Kimeto and Associates advocates in a letter to the Deputy Registrar of the High Court says her law firm filed the notice to withdraw from the case under extreme duress and threats to her life, citizenship, and personal liberty by state officers acting with a view to assisting the first and the second respondents and their proxies in this suit. Kimeto's law firm in among Mumia Sugar creditors, having represented the miller in the court cases. It is seeking over 76 million shillings from the company. On Friday, 1st September, the firm filed a notice before the High Court seeking to withdraw the matter, citing circumstances beyond its control. In a subsequent letter to the Deputy Registrar of the High Court Commercial and Tax Division, dated September 2nd, 2023, Kimeto seeks cancelled to the notices of the withdrawal. Kimeto wants the court to issue her with a mentioned date on a priority basis in any case as soon as the court diary permits. As African leaders seek a united front to press for the continent's green growth potential, Kenya's President William Ruto has proposed the introduction of carbon taxation. Addressing the Africa Climate Summit ACS in Nairobi on Tuesday, Ruto said carbon tax will spur development in Africa.
Other option that we need to have a conversation about is carbon tax. This is a very controversial thing, but it is the right thing to have the conversation about. However controversial it may be, I mean, we need to have a conversation about carbon tax. If we are to raise the scale of resources needed for energy transition, we must have a conversation about carbon tax. In fact, the numbers speak to it. The IMF has actually done a lot of work around it, and they have told us it is possible to raise 870 billion shillings
from carbon tax.
The head of state added that speed, scale and affordability are factors to consider in ensuring African countries raise adequate resources.
The only problem that IMF is pointing to us is that there is insufficient political will. And there are challenges with political will. Surely, faced with an existential threat to humanity, aren't we able to master the political will to achieve this? And let me give one more thought around it. The EU Parliament has already considered FTT, the financial transaction tax, as a means of raising resources to deal with climate change. And in fact, they've gone all the way to their parliament. So the idea of a carbon tax is no longer remote. We must have it firmly on the table.
Reporting JPC, my name is Modoni MK.
Moving on to sports news, we have great sports news where Harambee Stars beat host Qatar 2-1 in a friendly match that was taking place at Al Jonoub Stadium in Doha. Wanjiro Wanjiko gives us more.
Host Qatar 2-1 and international friendly played in Doha Thursday evening. Harambee Stars had the perfect start in the defendant of Joseph Okumu, heading in the opener of the post in 21st minute. Through the level of the penalty for 34 minutes for one score at the second half injury time late. Substitute Amos Nondi tapped to the winner for the captain Michael Headback. Harambee Stars will be back on Friday for another friendly match with the Southern Sudan. Jpc TV, I was your sport girl, Wanjiko Wanjiro.
Lastly, the highlights of the Premier League 2023-2024, where Manchester City beat Fulham. Wanjiko Wajilo, give us more.
For Manchester City versus Fulham highlights, Premier League and Erling Haaland hat-trick helped City move back to the Premier League summit and maintain 100% start to the 2023-2024 campaign with 5-1 win over Fulham at Etihad Stadium. Arsenal versus Manchester United highlights, Premier League Arsenal seed 3-1 win versus Manchester United in the match day 4 of the ongoing Premier League season at the Emirates Stadium in London on Sunday. Rice and Jesus scored late to seal 3-1 win for Arsenal in the thriller. 2-5 Tottenham Hotspur at the Premier League Spa 5-2 win against Burnley in the Premier League. Goal Son scored 3, Madison scored 1 goal but gave assist to the Burnley. 2-5 Tottenham Hotspur at the Premier League Spa 5-2 win against Burnley in the Premier League. Goal Son scored 3, Madison scored 1 but gave assist and Romero scored 1. Jpc TV, your sport girl, Wanjiro Wanjiko.
That match was very good between Arsenal and Manchester United. Me, I'm a Manchester United fan, so I felt the pain. Thank you very much, our viewer, for staying with us from the start of this news. We are moving forward to...
Okay, yeah, and you can follow us on different social media, such as on Facebook, we are at Jewel.
Chuo cha Jewel Technical College kimeleta utofauti katika elimu ya anuai kwa kuzingatia maadili bora kwenye elimu, huku kikitoa mafunzo yaliyopigwa msasa na kuidhinishwa na halmashauri ya kusimamia elimu TVET. Jewel College tunatoa mafunzo ya upishi, yani hospitality,